Right, off we go. So, using the verb s'affaiblir, which is reflexive and contains another verb within it, can you say for me, he's getting weaker? The verb is s'affaiblir.
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 Blir. Okay. So is blir the weaker, I'm assuming?
Well, okay, well, what's the word for weak in French?
I have no idea.
Faible.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so one of the things that you're going to come across, and you get to more advanced French now, is it's not that you can't carry on saying he's becoming weaker, il devient plus faible, but one of the things that really marks out somebody that speaks a Romance language well is that they use verbs to talk about adjectival changes. So, for example, like to get ready, to become ready, you know, whatever, s'apprêter, ready yourself, in other words. There are verbs which do not do this reflexively. So what's the verb to whiten, to become white?
Blanchir.
Blanchir. What's the verb to become red?
Rougir.
Lovely. So I went red, j'ai rougi. You wouldn't say I reddened myself, je me suis rougi or something. Okay? But good. Other verbs are reflexive. So you've already kind of come across those. So to get better, to improve, s'améliorer, because something else could improve your French. Luke's videos have improved your French or something, without being an arrogant dick, but you know, les vidéos de Luc ont amélioré ton français. So that in mind then, if I gave you the verb s'affaiblir, and what are we working on? We're working on the assumption that you're going to get a lot of vocab from speaking to people, and you want to go, oh, right, I'm going to lift that from my conversation. So you hear the verb s'affaiblir, I'm telling you it's reflexive. There are obviously verbs which start with a se sound which are not reflexive, like sélectionner or sortir. There's a load. I'm not saying every verb that starts se is reflexive, but on this occasion it's reflexive. All you need to deal with this verb you've got in sound. Yeah? If you want to be an advanced speaker, work on sound. So s'affaiblir, can you give for me? He's getting weaker. Present tense.
Would it be il se faiblir?
Right. I'm going to do this one with you, and then you're going to get it. So, your ear should do all this at the same time. If I'm telling you the verb is s'affaiblir, what is the... And I'm doing this. This came up with Stuart the other day, and he fucking hated this. He really did. If I'm telling you the verb is s'affaiblir, what is the verb that's hidden within the reflexive? All right, then, if I gave you s'entendre to get on well with, yeah, s'entendre, what's the verb in that combo?
Entendre.
Nice. How did you do that? What did you do? You ripped off the s sound at the beginning. Just because you've read that bad boy a little bit more than you've read this new one, do the same shit. Get rid of the s. So if I gave you s'affaiblir, what's the verb contained within that?
Oh, okay, so here's the issue. I was thinking this is like a phrasal construction in my head.
Well,
like
it is by definition, but it's not s'affaiblir, because if it was ça, that would then require a conjugation, wouldn't it? So the verb, the verb, I did say the verb is s'affaiblir. So what's the verb that's sneakily hidden within s'affaiblir?
Would it be affaiblir?
Yes, it would, and well done. It's not faiblir, because otherwise it would be se faiblir, and it's not. It's s'affaiblir. I don't want to say this. I'm going to regret saying this, but S apostrophe. It's obvious that it's joined because you're saying s'affaiblir, right? You don't even need to know how it's spelled. You just need to know how it's pronounced. S'affaiblir. The verb you've just talked about is affaiblir. What kind of a verb is affaiblir? A or soft hard?
Soft hard.
Good job. Is it a standard soft hard, or do you think it's going to be a snake soft hard?
Probably a snake.
Good, because if I gave you obéir, what literally would be the soft? Literally. Oh. Yeah, oh, and then you'd hit the B. So obviously it's going to go obéir, 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 obéissant, obéissez, obéisse. Okay? So if I gave you s'affaiblir, give me the soft of s'affaiblir. Give me the soft of affaiblir.
I would have just affaibli.
Lovely. Up into your nose, Ian. Affaibli. Lovely. Great. Affaibli. So give me he's getting weaker. If the verb is s'affaiblir, give me he's getting weaker.
Il s'affaiblit.
Il s'affaiblit. Great. Great, great, great. What would be the he was getting weaker?
That would be il s'affaiblit.
No,
No,
he
no.
was.
No, it's not right. This is so weird. This word or this verb is like.
No, it's not weird at all. It's not weird at all. It's because you're doing it entirely on sound. I'm giving you finir. What's he was finishing?
Il finissait.
Good. S'affaiblir. He was getting weaker.
Il s'affaiblissait.
That's it. I want him to get weaker. I'm going to give him some potion that's going to take his powers away. I'm going to shave his head like Samson. I want him to get weaker. What'd that be?
Tu veux qu'il s'affaiblisse.
That's it. I mean, it's a silly example, but do you see how all the grammar that we're doing with speak English, Luke, you idiot. All the grammar that we're dealing with is just done on sound. Yeah, we don't need to be visualising these mofos. I can see your eyes going down. I can see some visualisation going on. Great. Okay, lovely. Fine. Great. If I gave you the verb s'affaiblir again, that you will end up hating, and I gave you he got weaker, yeah, what would that be?
Il s'était. No, not il s'était. Il s'est affaibli.
Lovely, lovely, good. Now the only thing I'd push to make this advanced for you would be if you're hearing s'affaiblir. As a French speaker, your mind goes, oh, that's a linking kind of verb, because it's not se affaiblir, it's s'affaiblir. So that kind of tells us that there's going to be links and shit going on either side. Do you know what I mean? Eat as much as you want. No one can see you or anything. So obviously you eat and talk. It's fine. It's a very French thing to do. So basically, he got weaker. I'm going to hear a link. Il s'est affaibli. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Il s'est affaibli.
Good. So say to me, I'm happy it went well. I'm happy it went well.
Went well. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, I'm happy it went well.
Okay. Je suis content qu'il s'est passé bien.
Say for me that happened as a past, using the verb se passer. And again, your microphone's gone?
Ça s'est passé.
That's it, good. Right. Where's the verb in ça s'est passé? The first verb.
Well, it's reflexive.
Yeah, but I don't care about the pronoun. Where's the first verb?
Passé at the end.
No, the first verb in ça s'est passé.
Oh, sorry. Être.
That's it. So all of my poetry is je me suis, tu, t'es, il, c'est, nous, nous sommes, vous, vous êtes. What does the poetry element end in? A verb. Yeah?
Yeah.
It ends in a verb. So if I'm saying I'm happy that, what's that going to do to the second clause?
Oh,
yes.
Yeah.
What's it? There you go. I know. So I do find things to push you with, don't I? So I'm happy, and that's a fairly standard sentence. I'm happy it went well. So je suis content que, instead of ça s'est passé, what's going to happen to ça s'est?
Would it be ça soit passé?
But you had ça s'est. So you had a reflexive. Why is my reflexive vanished?
Okay. Oh my god. Ce soit passé?
Yeah, but do it on sound, fella. Don't go ça s'est, ça se soit. Good. Yeah? So, je suis content. Lovely. So let's just go back for a second to ça s'est passé. That happened, ça s'est passé. How would you say it went well? Ça s'est
bien passé.
Ça s'est bien up here. Ça s'est bien passé.
Bien passé.
Go again. I'm happy it went well. So go again with the reflexive, with the subjunctive, and stick bien in there. I'm happy it went well.
Je suis content que ça se...
Ça se soit. Ça se soit. Go on. Ça se soit bien.
Ça se soit passé. Ça se soit passé.
No, ça se soit.
Ça se bien passé.
Good. I'm happy it went badly. Imagine I didn't like the woman, which is not true at all. She's adorable. I'm happy it went badly.
Okay. This is easy. Just do the same thing. Je suis content que ça se soit mauvais passé. No.
Badly, adverb.
Yeah. Oh
Okay,
bagage en voit
come out of subjunctive because it's just the fact. What was really interesting there to me was that you said, oh, this should be easy because I'm just changing one thing, and then you couldn't do it, which basically meant your mind knew how to do it, your muscle memory hadn't done it. Go back to ça s'est passé. Don't worry about the subjunctive for the moment, just give me that went badly. So ça s'est bien passé, give me the alternative. Ça s'est... Notice your muscle memory has got ça s'est mal passé. Good, ça s'est mal passé. Great, go again. Let's give me I'm happy it went badly.
Je suis content que ça se soit...
Ça se soit. You've got to get that fucker out really quickly. Ça se soit... Yeah, yeah.
Soit mal passé. Ça
And
se soit
again,
mal passé.
ça se soit mal passé. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ça se soit mal passé.
So what would be good language hygiene here would be to check our poetry pasts with the subjunctive, wouldn't it? Because there's going to be all kinds of situations where we're going to need to modify that. So, say for me the poetry is a standard. Je me suis, tu t'es, il s'est, nous nous sommes, vous vous êtes, il se sont. Off you go. Just say the normal ones.
Okay. Je me suis, tu t'es, il s'est, nous nous sommes, vous vous êtes, ils se sont.
Good, lovely. Now let's go to the pluperfects. So, je m'étais, tu t'étais, do all those six for me.
Je m'étais, tu t'étais, il s'était, nous nous étions.
Good.
Vous vous étiez, il s'est...
Look at me, look at me, look at me, look at me. Don't go over there with your eyes. Il s'était. Go again.
Same thing.
From the top, and I want a smooth brain. I want a smooth brain on the bottom three. They're right. They're by definition correct, but they weren't as smooth as they could have been. Off you go.
Je m'étais, tu t'étais, il s'était, nous nous étions, vous vous étiez...
No, that one was a mess. Go again. No.
Alright.
Can you see what I'm on about? But we're working for smooth. We're working so that your brain goes, nous nous étions. What are we ultimately saying? Person, the reflexive pronoun, and then the verb to be in was. Off you go. So, je m'étais, go on, work your way down.
Je m'étais, tu t'étais, il s'était, nous nous étions, vous vous étiez, il s'était.
Good, that's lovely. So what you shouldn't be doing is going, nous nous sommes, quick change, nous nous étions. You shouldn't be doing that change. You should be just thinking, nous nous étions. You should be, do you understand? It's in the order you learnt it, I dare say you learnt the normal one and then you made that conversion, but that's not what you should be doing every time. Right. Now, notice, if I'm honest, how je m'étais, tu t'étais, il s'était, nous nous étions, vous vous étiez. Am I in the right one? Je m'étais, tu t'étais, il s'était, nous nous étions, vous vous étiez, il s'était. Notice how that's actually freaking easier than the jumping around of je me suis, tu t'es, il s'est, nous nous sommes, because you're not jumping between E and S. Right. Notice, therefore, how the subjunctive is equally going to be easy because it's all beginning with the letter. What letter does the subjunctive of the verb to be and start with?
S.
Good job. So, je me sois, work your way down.
Okay, je me sois, tu te sois, il se soit, nous nous soyons. That's not right.
Soyons.
I'm saying soy milk.
No.
Right. Vous vous soyez et il se soit.
Good. Il se soit. Right? Okay. So, say for me, Luke is happy that I got washed.
Luke est content que je me sois.
Great. Luke is happy I realised something, whatever you know.
Okay. Luke. Wow. Luke est content que je me sois rendu compte.
Okay, je me sois rendu compte. Don't be afraid of can't, okay? It's weird I didn't realise. I mean, obviously, se rendre compte could then have de or je m'en sois pas rendu compte. I could stick in an en as well. I could do other stuff, obviously, se rendre compte de quelque chose. But that's fine.
Wait, je m'en sois rendu compte?
You can do, because it's se rendre compte de quelque chose. Yeah, so you can have se rendre compte que, you know, or je m'en sois... je me suis rendu compte, je m'en suis jamais rendu compte. You can have a... Je m'en étais jamais rendu compte. You can have an on in there as well. All right, it's weird I didn't realise. I don't want this built up at stages. I want you to feel, because this is language, more than one thing at the same time now. I didn't realise, I've gone in that past, I've gone in that reflexive, and I've got a subjunctive mood going on as well. Off you go. It's weird I didn't realise.
C'est bizarre que je ne sois pas rendu compte.
Yeah, well, c'est bizarre que je m'en sois pas rendu compte. You could have the on in there if you're not going to have anything after it. Great, great, great. Lovely, 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 lovely. Okay. It's interesting that you plural met. It's interesting that you guys met at university. It's interesting that you met at university.
l'impression que vous... No.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, you haven't made a mistake so far.